Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I want to welcome you to another wonderful preview for a new week. Without wasting much of our time, let's just dive into the chart and see how we can make use of the current movements in the market and also capitalize on it. So the last few days in the market has been full of runs of liquidity, inducement, news events causing spikes in the market. Market has just really been confusing from the point of market structure, right? But so in this preview, I'm just going to be giving out what I think might happen next week, right? From technical point in the market, and also just know that this is from my personal opinion and my time in the market. So how you decide to use your money is up to you, and how you decide to execute on the market is up to you. So guys, let's just dive into the business. So from the 4 hours time frame, what we can identify is that price is actually bullish, whereby we're creating higher low, higher high, higher low, and higher high. So coming to this place, we can also see how price around this liquidity right here mitigated into this demand zone that led to market creating a new high around this place. So market after this high was created, you could see how price was creating this internal movement, retracing back to this demand zone for a potential continuation to the back to the upside, or maybe even fall down. It depends on what this demand zone actually does, right? So after seeing that we are bullish from the higher time frame, the 4 hours, let's go down to 15 minutes to analyze more on the market. So from the 15 minutes time frame, what I like to do when I have a demand zone and I get lower to 15 minutes, I would like to check the 15 minutes previous trend to therefore I can now be able to make my decision and see what all happens from there. So from the 15 minutes time frame before, you could see how price created this low right here. Okay, created this low, went to create this high. Price created this new low. This was the last high. Then price created this low before creating this high. So to me, I can see that this was the last high that was created before market broke structure to the downside. So this was the last high that was created before market actually mitigated into this zone, this demand zone, this higher time frame demand zone. So you could see that before, what even made this high was that we had a small touch on the demand zone, right? This small touch, and then that led to this movement to the upside, therefore taking out this liquidity, this high right here. Sorry for that. So after seeing that we've identified the last high before price came into this demand zone, what's another thing that we need to see in a demand zone? So in a demand zone, typically in demand zone, you could see that this first movement failed because price did not actually mitigate deeply into this zone. You could see how price tapped, gave an internal break of structure around this side. The price failed to respect any demand zone here because you could see obviously there's still space for price to move lower. So when price came down into this demand zone, right, what did we see? We could see that price has just price took out this last high, right? And then this was a demand zone that was supposed to be mitigated for price to move back higher, but it was actually liquidated, right? It was actually liquidated. The reason why it was liquidated was because this was supposed to be where price should have moved from. You could see how we pull back, grabbed this liquidity here, went back up, we're not able to create a new high. So this supply zone was actually responsible for pushing price lower. We grabbed another liquidity before breaking the structure, so price automatically respected this. You can see when price came back to this decision now, right, because the extreme is down, you can see how price gave that place, that price respected that place a little bit before moving lower to take out this initial internal demand, the lower time frame demand zone. Now no, but all this was just was liquidity that was just engineered for price to just grab, right? So what happened was that, as if initially you took an entry from this place, you could have gotten a little profit, right? Should have gotten a little profit, maybe even break even after this first internal high right here, before price could have come back to clear all the liquidity. So that's not what we want to explain today, but the thing is that price actually grabbed all this liquidity and then also grabbed the higher time frame liquidity, which is the entire zone. Price swept that entire zone before pushing higher. So from here, from this point, you could see that price has not only taken out this higher time frame demand zone, but that's also taken out people who went for confirmation, right, break of structure, mitigation, and whatsoever that we do at the lower time frame. So now what concerns us is that now we've grabbed this liquidity at this point, and price has broken structure. I'm going to see price has taken out this structure after that liquidity was taken out. Alright, so price broke this high, and then now we can expect a movement from this point to the upside. Now you could also see that people who were naive and people who don't follow higher time frame could have still been expecting a sell from this place. So market not only took out this liquidity but also went to take out this liquidity. This was due to news actually. So you could see how when price came back to this demand zone, price mitigated into that demand zone, and then we could expect a bullish movement, right, to the upside. Market did not only just mitigate, we also grab this last liquidity here. This low was taken out, and the market mitigated into this demand zone, and then we could see an internal break of structure around this side, then a mitigation into this demand zone. But actually at the lower time frame, when I was seeing this trade, it was a sweep before price pushed higher, right? So what can we expect now, since we had a demand zone below this place, right, and a high? This was the last high that caused this retracement. We could be expecting a new high to be formed, whereby we're expecting this new high to be taken out. But right now, market has not taken out that high yet. In fact, market has come to this run of liquidity, and then we see that price is respecting that supply zone for now, right? So we could see that price has come into this run of liquidity here, that previous high that was swept, and then price seems to be respecting that supply zone. So right now we are in no man's land, right? Actually we are in no man's land, because price is respecting a supply zone above when it's supposed to be breaking that structure, right? And price has also begun a movement from the demand zone to that supply zone. So we are expecting price to take out this high, but price has not taken out that high yet. But the question is will price be able to take out that high? The thing is this: price is trading between this high and this low. So I won't say that price is going to go down from this place, because if you could check after this round of liquidity to confirm that price has actually run a liquidity above, we have to get a break of structure. Now price has failed to break that structure because of this demand zone, and price has reversed to the upside. Not only that this demand zone stopped price from moving lower, it was a demand zone that has swept a previous higher time frame demand zone, and also taking out people who went for confirmation here, and it was able to break this last high. So if you tell me, I think price can be more of bullish than bearish. So this is just to invite in people to sell a position before price will actually take them out. But how is price going to take them out? Now if you check carefully, because see that there's no demand zone that is left unmitigated after price came into this demand zone, right? You could see everything here has been mitigated. You could see this one mitigated, this one mitigated. So everything here has like been mitigated. So the last one mitigated. So this price was supposed to respect this demand zone, then continue to move higher. But why is this demand zone getting swept? Now this demand zone is getting swept because price has already come to this supply zone, and because of that momentum, because of the push from there, because price wants to invite in people to sell, price is breaking this last low right here, so that the retracement back to this place, people are going to be jumping in for what? For sales. Now what did I think that price is doing? Now if you check this place, right, you can see that since price has been mitigating into all this demand zone, we have not seen a run of liquidity like an inducement. We've not seen a situation whereby price swept a low before pushing up, except from this place. So after price has swept this low, push higher, you can see that from this point right here, price are just mitigating into all the demand zone without grabbing any liquidity. So to me, I am thinking that price is just coming to grab this liquidity. Then if possibly we get a break to the upside from this point, right? So you could see that this was a demand zone that pushes this price higher to break this high. So price is grabbing that liquidity to be able to push higher, right? That is what I am thinking, and that is what I am anticipating. And you can also see from a trend line perspective, if you draw your trend line from this place, you can see the first touch, second touch here. You can also extend to see that the third touch around that point. So seeing how price has built this trend line liquidity, and how price is also taking out this point right here, because this demand zone now rhymes with this trend line, whereby this demand zone, as price came into this MA, you can saw this reaction, but price didn't give you much reaction, instead broke below that particular demand zone, right? And you can see that after that break, price is still respecting this single candle order block, and it's also going to form a new low. So how can we capitalize in a buy in this kind of situation? So I'm expecting price to, at least, if markets can at least maybe move lower, I don't know where price wants to grab liquidity to, but I want price to break out of this liquidity, then test to confirm, then we can start from this point buying back to the upside, whereby at this point now, people who are going to be going here because they are seeing this run of liquidity, this break of structure, people are going to be loading in here for sales. If price can give this, then actually these people are going to be the liquidity points that price is going to take out to move to the upside. But in a situation where price still wants to move lower to take out this equal lows here, or maybe this entire trend line liquidity, right, I want to see a sweep of that, right, then maybe a two-leg protocol, or maybe an internal break, then price can continue to move back higher. Actually, I'm expecting more of buying pressure than selling, because we've actually taken out this higher time frame demand zone already. So price can't, right, because nobody knows anything, but price can just start moving to the upside. But I think that this supply zone is just inviting in people for sales. Then maybe if this happens, we can be able to clear out those people that are going to be going in here for sales. So guys, that is it for or for GU. That is what I am anticipating for next week, and maybe from there, after we've taken out this high, we can start buying to the what, so the upside, to continue the trend to the upside, because price has already taken out the important liquidity, the higher time frame liquidity. So if you enjoy this video and you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and also to give the channel popularity. Alright guys, so peace and love.